He's always been the most amazing and happy little boy. Loved life. And we were too.
Mm-hmm. I have a 14-year-old son, Joshua. He was always active and playful, and then one day he came home from school and just lied down on the bed, didn't go out to play like he normally did.
I had her at 28 weeks, but she went into fetal distress about 5 days into her life.
I went to my obstetrician one day and it was, oh my gosh, he's got this huge tumour, and sent me straight to John Hunter that day.
Her platelets were so low that if she started bleeding, she probably would have passed away before we got to emergencies.
So we're talking about a tumour that is the same size as a baby, so like...
2 kilos.
Yeah, and the baby's 2 kilos.
She was diagnosed with a rare genetic disorder that means she has bone marrow failure.
And they suspected he had leukemia, and that's when they sent us down here.
It was probably one of the worst times of my life. I'd just given birth only a few days before, and you're just so overwhelmed with emotion that you don't really take it all in, but it's horrible. It was horrible.
So we're here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Those words that he may not survive the first 4 weeks played on my mind for quite a long time.
I found out about Ronald McDonald House in a doctor's waiting room about 15 years ago, and that's when I first started coming here.
If it wasn't here, there's not any other close accommodation anyway. Not really close.
It is reassuring for us because we know that they are close, that if they need to come to the hospital, they are not 6 or 7 hours away.
Can come here and have a cup of coffee and read the newspaper and then go back to the room and your mind's cleared then for a few hours.
The volunteers in there couldn't be more helpful. They're lovely and they interact with George really well.
The volunteer showed us around and we were amazed. The boys were running around and you would have thought they were at Disneyland.
It's about being able to just kind of keep some kind of family routine going while they're going through this journey. It's not an easy journey, and it's made harder if they can't be together.
The other children around that child who live with that child in that house are just as important.
Jay here was her donor, so she now has his bone marrow, his stem cells. He's her superhero.
That's our aim, is trying to keep families together as much as we possibly can.
We have 230 volunteers across the house and the family room here. I don't think we could run the house without them.
It's quite often mums are here by themselves and they have the weight of the world on their shoulders looking after their sick child, so they just need somebody to talk to. So it's my privilege to be able to help in that way.
We provide the medical care, but they also provide that support that gives the families less stress.
Sometimes it's really sad when you see somebody walk through the door and they're not going to walk out with their bub.
There was a little girl, one story, that used to come and she'd ride a bike round all the time. And one day we came back and the bike was there and the girl had passed away.
You know, sometimes they can't get control of the leukemia and it does just take over.
He's bedridden, he can't even sit in a chair. He's just got to lie on his back in the bed because of the pain.
There are many circumstances where children and teenagers have a recurrence of their tumour.
There is a shortened life expectancy, so the average age is, I think, 21 for someone with her disease.
Just hoping that some new drug or something comes up that might give him a chance.
At some point, there is nothing that's going to change the outcome.
We like to be able to accommodate everybody that walks through that door, but unfortunately, that's not the case.
So we might get 5 to 10 phone calls every day asking if we've got accommodation, and we will have to say no.
It's a big house and we rely on donations to keep the house afloat.
Oh my goodness, without people like you, people who donate their money, we would be very, very disadvantaged.
Like most people, you never think that you're going to end up in a place like this. You never think your child would be diagnosed with something like cancer, and you just don't even think that you would spend an extended time in a place like Ronald McDonald House. So I suppose until you've experienced it, why would you think of it? Yeah.
It's a wonderful place to come, to Ronnie Mac's, and we would actually be really lost without this place. It's our second home.
Thank you. It's absolutely fantastic. It's a facility that families like us really need.
We kind of have this real fear now to take him back to Port Macquarie, because he'll get there and be like, no, I want to go back to Ronald's house. You know?
She's being really brave. I feel like very soon she's going to be back home.
That treatment is going to cure him, and he will be able to grow up and live life.